My name's Clellan Arana, and music changed my life. I specifically remember U2 playing in the background of the radio, and it was Sunday Bloody Sunday, and it was Sunday, and I don't know why, but it just kind of caught me, and that's like an instilled image encapsulated in my mind. And I walked out, and my dad started crying, and I was like, "What's wrong, Dad?" And he's like, "You have to see the doctor." I saw the doctor, and I didn't cry. I didn't know what to think about it. I was just like, "Oh, what's cancer?" It was 1 year, but it was one of the worst years of my life. And I think the one thing that I needed was to keep motivated. Because where my tumor was sitting was right in the middle here, and it blocked all of the nerves, the infrastructure of my hand. And they said removing this tumor is very, very scary. And I said, "Hey, I'm alive, I'm happy, I'll live with it." I just had my iPod. I played music all the time, had my CD player. Had a whole stack of CDs beside my bed. Usually people have crackers. I just had a ton of CDs. I just kept listening to music. And I guess I just started questioning Catholicism. Looking at some things, historically, it just kind of sums up as inaccurate. And I used to bring this up with my parents, and my parents, of course, you know, they're like, "How dare you, can you say this, right?" Being brought up as a Catholic makes metal more enjoyable, you know? It's known to be blasphemous that you're listening to music that is against the words of gods or God. It's cool to do that, and it still is, right? So there's a sense where I found bringing with that, where it's like, hey, I don't have to listen to my parents anymore, you know? Eradication of the will, no one really thinks about the positive side of metal, and I do. One that captivated me. And when Cynic released Focus, and years later I was listening to it in the hospital, one line from the song called Vela Maya, they just said, "Ahamkara, balance every joy with a grief," and you know, it keeps me calm. I take deeper breaths, and it helps me get through my time. It's music, it's a salvation, you know? There's millions and millions of people around the world that experience what I do every day. I just feel that it gave me the morale and the boost I needed to overcome my hardest times, and it still does. Maybe at shows I can display some aggression when it comes to moshing or headbanging or interacting with people and just having a great time. But when it comes down to it, I'm just like every other person. This music changed my life in a way, but it doesn't change what I do. You have to see through the aggressiveness, and overall it just comes out to be a positive outcome. I think of it as a sign of faith. When people think of faith, they think of God. No, faith is just, in a sense for me, it just keeps me going, keeps me motivated. It's something I look forward to, and it's music, it's a salvation. I mean, I do other things besides music, but it's such a strong and emotional growth with me that it's something I can hope to see and share with people for my whole life. And it is a religion in a sense. I really think it is. Music has a big impact on my life, and it's a religion. The bands, the music, the culture, the negative and the positive aspects of it. Like every religion, it's just there, and I respect it. And I hope to learn more from it because it's an ever-growing process.